30 love.
Very high percentage of first balls in today. Every first serve in. Not going for too much, not trying for aces. Depth and weight. So can he keep himself in this match? He's 3-5. He's so consistent, this fellow, on his return, really. Matsuoka having to play them almost always off his socks. So real danger now. A 30.
Absolute delight there. Shuzo Matsuoka won his serve. He did well because he was love 30 and he produced a fine backhand volley and 2 aces. So he must be encouraged by that. But his opponent, Wen Ferreira, young as he is, 20 years of age, has now got a great opportunity to secure the biggest title of his career. In fact, he's never won a tournament on the tour, and this is a big tournament to win. And one wonders how he's going to handle it. Having said that, of course, in Australia, he had one of the biggest wins of his career. He beat John McEnroe in straight sets, and that says a lot to my mind, that he certainly can win when it matters. But he's got a lot of time to think. His opponent is certainly starting to play a bit better. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles this very important situation.
See him do what he did yesterday. I don't think it'll be as easy today. Oh, that's a brilliant shot. It really is. Ferreira is now playing
30 love
with such confidence. A reaction volley coming up here, the quality of which is quite remarkable. 30 love. He's thinking clearly as well. Beautiful, delicate touch, just dropping the ball short, forcing Matsuoka to make a run that was a step too far. 3 match points, 3 championships.
And
So in just a moment, by tradition, I think it's the losing finalist who will come first to receive his trophy. In this case,
ladies and gentlemen, the runner-up for the 1992 Stella Artois singles title, someone whose name, as a result of this week of Queens, is quickly going to become better known in the world of tennis, who has displayed this week not only some marvelous tennis skills, but some outstanding court manners. We welcome Shuso Matsuoka to match.
Having had the greatest win of his career yesterday against the world number 2 and world champion, he at least will take away happy memories of Queensland, even though he didn't win, and to console him, there'll be a small cheque, £21,857. He's made a lot of friends here, this Shuso, this week, and delight among the Japanese supporters. What a lovely moment for them.
The winner of the 1992 Stella Artois singles title, a young man rapidly rising up through the ranks, and of whom a lot more will be heard. A member of the South African Davis Cup and Olympic teams, Wayne Pereira.
So here is this huge trophy. And I think Clive Bernstein there, the tournament director, will help the Duchess of Gloucester lift it, because it really is very heavy. And how nice Pereira going to thank the tournament committee there. That was a pleasant gesture. The first trophy, always the most impressive in a player's career, the one he'll remember most. £39,314 will go with that trophy, and of course ranking points, which will lift him towards the top 10. So he's had a marvellous time here, really. Already the 24th player in the world in singles, and the 18th player of Australia, who won here in 1958. I remember the happiness that day. Lew Hode, of course, and his tennis twin Ken Rosewall, and other great players have won this title in the past, but it used to be the London Championships. And thanking the ball girls, the Duchess of Gloucester, who have done such a good job, as I said, from the Colonna School in Croydon. Accompanied by Sir James Harvey Watt there, the chairman of the club. And Wayne Pereira making his way over, I hope, to our side.
Celebrate for a change here. I certainly think you deserve it. It was great watching you. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Wimbledon begins a week tomorrow. Wayne Pereira, one to watch. Now, we've got other tennis news for you as well, because the reigning Wimbledon champion, Germany's Michael Stick, he's obviously in good form as well. He's won the Continental Grass Court Tournament in Holland. Stick had a comfortable 6-4, 7-5 victory over the American Jonathan Stark in an hour and 19 minutes. The win, as I mentioned, 8 days before he begins that defence of the All-England title. It also lifts him to 4th place in the ATP rankings above his compatriot Boris Becker, who made that early exit at Queen's. To remind you that coverage of the All-England Championships, Wimbledon 92, begins, as I said, a week tomorrow. Before that, we have Eastbourne, though, the Pilkington Glass Ladies Championship coverage starting on Thursday. We've also got on that day Royal Ascot and the Test match, England against Pakistan. And talking of the Test match, the England squad was announced earlier today. Devon Malcolm is the one change in England's 13 for that second Test against Pakistan at Lord's. The Derbyshire pace bowler replaces the Middlesex batsman Mark Ramprakash as England selectors look to strengthen their attack. Malcolm's not played for England since the second Test against the West Indies a year ago. Ian Botham, given the OBE in the honours list yesterday, looks likely to bat at number 6, while the uncapped Tim Munton and Ian Salisbury have retained their places in the squad. That second Test beginning at Lord's on Thursday. Now we can pick up with all the other cricket news with Tim.
And talking of Pakistan, Bob, Northamptonshire are playing Pakistan at Northampton. It's been another good day so far for the tourists. In the morning, Shoaib Mohammed top scored with 59 as Pakistan took a first innings lead of 94 before declaring at 287 for 8. And since then, their pace duo Wasim Akram and Waka Yunus have had the Northamptonshire batsmen in big trouble.
You should have to pull it out.
Mr. Spencer!
This time it's transferred to the wide open spaces of Hickstead. We're looking forward in a little while to the Queen Elizabeth II Cup and also to the Olympic trial, but we have got time now to look back at yesterday's King George V Gold Cup when 6 went clear into the jump-off. That's what we're about to see. Our commentators Stephen Hadley and Raymond Brooks-Ward.
You get the actual colours on there, you don't get them.
And waiting there to watch the jump-off, His Royal Highness Prince Edward, who will be presenting the King George V Gold Cup, the one that Colonel Sir Harry Llewellyn, with his back to us, won back in 48, 50 and 53 on a great horse, Fox Hunter. And the first to go in the jump-off, Ireland's Killie is with Mr. Welsh's Everest limited edition. Clearing 4 in the Nations Cup here, and of course, previous winner on St James in 1984. Going for his second King George win. Well, Paul was very fast indeed. We'll give you some markers on the course. That fences towards the end.
Nick certainly wouldn't be without a chance on this horse because he jumped a very good first round indeed. Really capitalised on his improving form that he showed at the Nation.
Stay there. Not as fast. There it was.
Well, just that one down, the back rail of Fence 9, the narrow parallel rails, 4 fault, 67.83. Paul Farrell's really set them a pretty fast target at 63.33. It must go clear for Ireland now. Peter Charles goes next with Kruger.
Well, as Tom Hudson just said, quite rightly, Paul set them a tremendous target there for pace, but he's had one down. I think it's a bit too soon yet to be playing percentages in this one and trying to go steady and jump a clear around because there's some very good horses and riders to come. John Whittaker, of course, with Milton, getting ready. John coming up to have a look at Milton and stand there, on Milton rather, stand there and watch Peter. But Peter's setting off here, I think, to try to jump a clear around as opposed to going fast. He may be right, but I can't see him getting away with winning a class like this with John Whittaker, David Broome and Michael Whittaker all to come behind him. Fascinating class this. Now, what does Broome do? It's just 2 to go. John had 2 down. They're not jumping it well at all. No clear round apart from Peter Charles, and he had 6 time faults. He must be in a bit of a turmoil in his mind because he certainly needs a clear round if he can to go into the lead, but then he's got Michael right behind him, and Michael's horse jumped a very, very good first round indeed. Your guess is as good as mine as to what he's going to do.
David Broome, of course, won it for the 6th time last year. Michael Whittaker, he's going to talk to his brother as John goes out. And now he turns to watch David. David, very superstitious, thought he was being...
Quite right, Raymond. That's exactly what Broome is trying to do. He's not wasting any time. He's not going to be as fast as Paul. The one he's worried about is Michael right behind him. Now he's not fast enough again, 63.33. Paul Darrow's hopes must be getting higher by the second. He's only got to beat Michael now. Unbelievable competition. And a very good one too.
He just got inside the time, David. He was obviously after that clear. Otherwise, it will be Paul Darrow for Ireland. What a jump off. It always has been won on jumping ability, and it's going to be won this afternoon on jumping ability again. Midnight Madness, the horse that Sir Philip Harris bought from him from Canada. And a superb first round there by Michael.
Of course, the telling thing here is at the moment, Michael won't have had this horse long enough to know just how much he can trust him against the clock. He won't have been in many jump-offs. And if he has, he won't have galloped him. Is this the day he's going to let him run? Paul Darrow was blisteringly fast. He's going for the clear. He's burnt his bridges now. He's just got to leave them up now.
Now he can't stand it. Paul Darrow right away down the collecting ring. He can't bear to watch.
With 8 feet. Jump fence gone up. It's big now. Complicated route because you have to pick your way between these fences, between the trees, between the bushes. Number 6, the fence after the water, the vertical that's caught so many horses in the first round. And then left hand down to the old triple bar. Fence number 3, a lot of width on this, they can gallop to this, but then they've got a turn back to the right, away from home again over fences 1 and 2. And that's it. There's so many fences and permanent obstacles in there. Not a bad idea to do what the American riders sometimes do, which is walk the jump-off course when you're actually walking the first round. But if you are clear, at least you know where you're going second round, but a lot of riders tend to think that's a bit presumptuous and tempts fate.
And the milestone as well, so 49.95 the time, and 2 down. Well, Guy Dawson's time is beatable, 58.78. Now, she'll now be chasing Tracy Priest, 4 falls at 58.28.
Trains all over the running track. It really is a spectacular sight, that, Jack, isn't it? Looks nice. Right, one of the things we didn't discuss before, Alan Shearer in, Alan Smith out.
I'm surprised at that, actually, because when we saw the French play in the last match, the ball that caused them the most problems were the dead ball free kicks that were whipped in across the goal line. And there's only the big centre-back who really heads the ball. I thought Smithy, you know, we've got good crosses of the ball against, in the last match we crossed so many balls across the middle of the box. We would have been unlucky not to get on the end of one. And I think Smithy will come on at some stage in the game if we need to play that type of ball in. Alan Shearer is a good little player, great little player. I mean, he's very quick, he turns very well, he's a good finisher. But he's very little experience at this level. And I'm not sure whether, I mean, Lineker likes Smith.
Is that right?
Well, Lineker likes to play with Smith, I think.
Yeah, well,
he gets a few balls off him, so... I mean, we're going to have to wait and see in all these things. Like I say, there's so much that we're all trying to get a grasp of, trying to understand what he's doing, trying to think why. You know, maybe as the game unfolds, we'll be able to see why what he's doing is happening. But I've got this nagging feeling that there's too many players out there asking to do new roles, and you can ask them and they'll do it for 5 or 10 minutes. But then they'll revert to type and they'll go back to the normal type game.
The teams are lining up for the photographs. It's down to business with Ron Atkinson and Brian Moore.
Thanks a lot to you, Elton. Well, my first job as usual, apart from greeting you on this rather muggy afternoon here in southern Sweden, just to give you the team news, or the teams at any rate. England, with Chris Woods in goal. Number 3, Stuart Pearce. 4, Martin Keown. 5, Des Walker. 7, David Platt. 8, Trevor Stephen, facing many of his Marseille teammates today, of course. Number 10, Gary Lineker, still one short of Bobby Charlton's goal record. 11, Andy Sinton comes in for his 5th cap. 12, Carlton Palmer. 19, David Batty winning his 9th cap. And 20, Alan Shearer winning only his 3rd cap. So not the most experienced team in some areas. Graham Taylor not disclosing the formation. Seems likely to pack the midfield, as Jack was saying, with Batty adding that ball-winning quality of his. Palmer the spare man at the back. Shearer and Lineker the strike force as they were in victory against France last February. So Batty comes face to face here. Carlton Palmer. Hit long towards Lineker. Bowley there, sticking very close to Gary Lineker. Here's Trevor Stephen. Pearce. To Shearer. Pearce goes on. No whistle. First real touch for David Batty. And a good one too. Right, Stuart Pearce. Now, what about a cross here? It flicked off the defender and fell to Martini as Lineker came racing in. An excellent little ball by Batty, suddenly releasing Pearce here. There was the deflection, and the keeper held it comfortably enough. Early thoughts, Ron Atkinson?
Yes, well, it's just as we did think. Martin Keown is going touch tight against Cantona. Every time he drops off, he's going right against him. Walker's picking up Papin. And Palmer is playing as the spare man at the back, and it looks very much as if England's game plan is, at the moment, to try and drop balls in behind the fullback areas. Get long balls up and let Shearer and Lineker gallop into the gullies behind the advancing fullbacks.
Papin winning that above the head of Palmer then. What a crucial issue that's going to be. Des Walker against Jean-Pierre Papin this afternoon. 2 master craftsmen in their own right. Position on the edge of the French penalty area. It's another free kick taken again by Carlton Palmer. Hit high this time towards Stuart Pearce. Nothing with Amoros, the most experienced of the French players, the number 2 with 81 caps. Pearce again for England. The action so far being pressed inside the French half without even as yet having made an opening. With close on 10 minutes of the game gone, still 0-0. Pearce with the throw, up towards Keown. Hasn't but the header away. Stephen playing it in again. That time it was Bowley. Sinton, it didn't quite fall for him. The shot by Sinton. No pace on it at all. It's got quite a good dig on him, and if that had fallen favourably for him the first time, then he might well have surprised the French. Such tremendous amount of work for France in that opening game through those midfield areas. Only a little man, but so full of energy. In that game against Sweden back in Stockholm last Wednesday. Well, that was a little bit of play by Cassidy, but Pearce got here with a header, but there was a foul by Pearce on Frank Suzy.
I think the English players will most certainly be a lot happier with the conditions. They were saying it in the training camp yesterday, you know, they wanted it cooler. Lineker particularly was saying he'd like the atmosphere to drop a little bit and the temperature to drop a little bit.
Surely. Indicated something and then said play on.
He's done that 2 or 3 times, Brian.
It was Duran. Clearly looked like a ball. Carlton Palmer ties it up. A little mistake there by Matty.
So the referee's done that a couple of times, you know, where he's indicated as if he's going to give a decision, then let play go on.
Shearer. Foul by him. Get the impression too, the referee's a bit of a fusspot. He's stopping every little bit of bodily contact, and if the game is going, I think the championship at this stage probably needs an outstanding game, doesn't it? And if he stops it, it's a stop and start afternoon. this won't be the one. Well, here's Blanc on one of those runs that
Laurent Blanc settle on the ball too much. In fact, I often wonder whether we're not better to push one of our strikers onto him when, as soon as the French get possession, and try and leave somebody like Bowley or Cassini with the ball.
Forward, chipping it delicately there to Eric Cantona. Walker there for England. Throw to pass. And Ross with it. To Eric Cantona. That's a goal.
He'll like that, Keogh. He'll like the responsibility of having a definite thing in his mind, having to go man-to-man against somebody. I understand he had a needle in his knee this morning, didn't he?
He was, but now he's going to join Milan. And gets it through to Amaros. Outside here, here's Deschamps. Cross towards Cantona. Good work again by Woods, but the flag was off. I think they're just getting the wrong side of Walker. And again, a lot of credit to Chris Woods. Good bit of handling.
Certainly didn't show it there clearly, Brian. I thought Cantona was onside when he made his run, you know. But they do, that's something the French do. They work the ball on one side of the field, and then they play that little diagonal ball and have people running in. Like, they're very, very good. I mean, Papin's great at it, and obviously Cantona's got an experience of it, of coming in on little diagonal runs when the ball's coming from the other flank.
Martini with the clearance. Walker easily beating Papin in the air on that occasion. To get there first, he can. Those long legs of his, and again the referee stopped it. He blew his whistle before he realised that the ball had gone through to Lineker. He's got a... Well, another free kick. Again, you can see the frustration on Alan Shearer's face there.
Yes, he's trying to put himself about, Brian. I feel he might be just a little bit, might be more productive if he concentrates a little bit on the ball. He's a strong lad anyway, so he's naturally going to knock people about.
Cassini. Here's Bowley on this side now, and Blanc gone to the left side of that defence. These runs from deep from that direction, possibly. Yes, with the throw. Bowley getting above Lineker. Yes. Up towards Papin. Walker beat him in the air. Pierce getting it away. Down goes Shearer's head as he chases. Here's Laurent Blanc. Batty with him. Palmer coming across to help out. Two of them just got to sort it out between them. And, well, very good play by Palmer. His nerve held superbly there. Sosé looking around anxiously and saying to Amaros and to Cantona, I needed a bit more support there. Ron? That's one loss with the throw. 10 minutes to half time. Stadium that was finished in 1958. Capacity. Stephen was aware of that. He was doing a bit of shouting. It comes to Deschamps now. He's turned Blackwell. In it comes. Walker's there. Dependable as ever for England. Not particularly good clearance though. It comes to Amaros. Played it again. Woods has got to come for that. Chris Woods missed only 2 of the last 14 internationals for England. He's virtually made that #1 shirt his own. Nigel Martin, of course, the other goalkeeper here. David Seaman waiting in the wings as well, of Arsenal. Lineker. Made it in there. Didn't pick it up for Stephen. And it's Cantona now for France. This could be dangerous. Stopped by Palmer. That'll be a free kick. beside it, Camaros behind it.
Good wide areas, and I think Pearce and Sinton have got to carry the fight a little bit and try and get into those top halves of the field and produce telling balls. At the moment, we're seeing the fighting, the scrapping, we're not creating. And the French certainly are. All right, there's been moments when we've seen little isolating things, particularly from Eric Cantona, but they really aren't a threat. They aren't as big a threat, and I think they've got this thing, this psychological thing about us, and I'd like to see us really try and drive at them now.
Yes, the hand of God, eh? Well, maybe England are in need of a little bit of divine inspiration, but they're doing all right, Jack.
They're doing terrific. I mean, push out, not let the French settle and play, and get about them, and not let them have room to settle. And if they do that, England have done it.
About this.
Well, yeah, you see, the boys allowed to serve the ball.
Whoa, lower.
Lower? What's it word? It's right in the number.
No, it's on the big muscle goes up from your behind up to your shoulders.
Oh, dear. I'm all right. How are you? Oh. Yeah, and you? No.
Blooming what?
Are you losing it?
Blooming
what? I lost £7 last weekend. Oh, Jonathan, don't film that. God, he's lethal with this.
Going to use this as
I haven't made a hammer yet, dear.
Does it protect? Otherwise, if you smash it.
You won't feel that. Not going to use it. You're not going to get cracked.
No.
No, I'm glad if she turns around and pulls that off there with that wire.
Do that, would I?
Quite nice out here now.
Well, it's an auto-iris. Yeah, but it's got two manual
Quite
settings.
warm,
Sometimes
as
it
they say.
does the
Okay. Oh, lovely. Hi, Grandma. Yes. 20 months. Lovely. Okay, thank you.
How are the grandchildren?
This Grandma come? Go on.
Cuddle your grandma, don't choke her, cuddle her.
Right.
Bird brain.
Smiling? Smile? Yes. I might walk across with my flag. Because I did in the show. Before Val's birthday. You're not doing anything. Actually then. What would you do? Quick, I've got to do something. Got to start.
What's it doing in it?
Yes, it is. I'm waiting the camera. Well, kneel down. Come on, kneel down.
Sit down there.
Oh, Pete.
You hold that handbag in case it goes.
What are you doing? What'd you say?
Are you all right down there?
You'll be seen this. Sorry. Oh, look at Harold.
Harold.
You're only trying to escape the bouncing apples, aren't you?
Good.
Harold.
Yeah, come on, Harold. Come and get in the picture. Yes, Harold, come on.
I'm in control your wife.
No, well, I'm going to change sides. But you don't change it.
No. There's ants up there. I'm not going anywhere. No.
You're right.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah, you know.
Don't do it.
No.
Yes, we have. We've got to do it. I hope not.
What are you doing, good lady?
Can you get... finished.
What's an anti-climax?
I haven't got a battery in mine. My battery's run out.
What are you? An anti-climax?
Right. Oh, don't just jump. Just have a look if Brian's got anything. Well, not for another 60 years. Right, there we are. Okay. That's it. That's right. 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 Can we have a bit of hush for Peter?
I'm not going to explain it. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, please, just your glasses.
Oh, give me
Happy,
Thank
wonderful,
you.
60,
Happy
superb, happy anniversary.
Right. For they are jolly good fellows, for they are jolly good fellows, for they are jolly good fellows. And so say all
opinions. But there are a few letters which reflect the darker side of human nature, whose daughter Marie...
Say something.
Say something. Well, here we are in Eyemouth, just over the country in Scotland, over the border in Scotland, from Berwick-on-Queen. And the haddock that you had for your supper last night came from here. Just and
Bought by one of these very boats.
one of these very boats here.
Right.
Don't fall over the edge, because I'm not used to falling.